but definitely heavy stretches of slowing for you this morning. First thing from Tyler as you make your way toward the 241 toll road, and also seeing a bit of an unusually busy drive. 241 northbound approaching the Windy Ridge toll plaza, so definitely heads up for you here. Orange County still looking pretty good for your drive, and not seeing anything major going down in LA County with the exception of ongoing problems for you in the Newhall Pass, 14 southbound as you make your way toward the 5. 4-car smash up is up against the center divider as well as off to the right shoulder. Looks like you've got a busy drive right now, updating the map from about Golden Valley. So if I'm going to get there faster, I'm Nick Polio-Cooney.
Your electric bill keeps going up. The cost of solar has gone way down. It's time to go solar with local veteran-owned Semper Solaris now and get all the benefits. Here's veteran, founder, and owner Kelly Shawhan.
In the military, when you give your word, it just is your word. Work hard and keep your word. That's what we do every single day. I heard about Semper Solaris and found out that they were veterans. I knew they were going to do the job right.
Add Tesla Powerwall and be ready for blackouts. We get the job done with esprit de corps and honor. Semper Solaris offers new heating and air conditioning systems with a lifetime warranty and new roofs with a 50-year warranty. We hire vets and give back to the community with our Semper Cares initiative. Go solar American style with Semper Solaris. 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2023. Get the federal 26% solar and battery tax credit. Call 877-211-5591 or visit sempersolaris.com. 26% federal tax credit based on eligibility. On-approved credit. Consult your tax advisor. Cannot be combined with any other offers. New customers only. Some restrictions apply. Call or see website for details. Expires 4/30/2022. CSLB number 978152.
This report is sponsored by Save Our Water. Water plants, not pavement. Adjusting your sprinklers and adding drip irrigation helps you water only where you need to. Visit SaveOurWater.com for more water-saving tips. That's SaveOurWater.com. Let's all do our part. Save water. Save California.
The Lakers came back to beat the Nuggets in overtime for their season finale. Reports suggest Coach Frank Vogel could be fired as soon as today. The Clippers crush the Thunder and will take on the T-Wolves in 7-8 matchup with the West playing tomorrow. The winner will face Memphis in the first round. And Scotty Scheffler continues his remarkable run with his first Masters win. Scheffler's had 4 victories in the past 2 months. I'm Misty Jordan.
Need new blinds or shades? Blindster.com offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped directly to you at prices less than big box retailers. Blindster blinds are easy to install and guaranteed to fit. And right now, save 45% off any order. Just use code RADIO at checkout. Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Eva Longoria, and I am so excited to share my new podcast with you. It's called Connections with me, Eva Longoria. What is the true meaning of connection? And how can true, authentic connection influence your life for the better? How should we connect with our partners, our kids, money, politics, food, jobs, news, spirituality? How can we connect better with ourselves? Listen to Connections with Eva Longoria on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
1877 cars for kids. KARS cars for kids. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today. Donate online at carsforkids.com. That's cars with a K. Pickup is quick and easy. You'll get a vacation voucher and maximum tax deduction. 1877 cars for kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
No, Mom, don't go to all the trouble of painting and hiding eggs and then giving me a bunch of presents for Easter. I'll just take the cash. Hello? Hello? And now, the top 5 reasons to visit Morongo. Number 5.
Pew, pew, pew! Rapid Fire Fridays! You can win $1,500 in free play Play and Slots Weekly Rewards cards, 1 to 8 p.m.
Number 4.
Brian McKnight's Live, April 23rd. Get your tickets now.
3.
Easter specials from the casino floor to the sky. Good Times Cafe, Fiesta Taco, and Cielo all have dining specials this Easter.
And the number 2.
Easter freebie. Get a tote bag with candy Easter eggs on April 17th.
And the number 1 reason.
Dolly Parton gift giveaway. Get a butterfly serving bowl when you earn 500 points on your rewards card, the 18th or 19th.
Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Morongo. Good times.
Hey all, it's Dean Sharp. Are you looking to sell your home in 2022? Well, congratulations, that's a big deal. For most of us, it's the biggest deal of all, so let's make sure you get everything out of it that you can. Before you get ready to list, make sure you call the good folks at Revive. Revive's business is to maximize your home sale value. How? By guiding you through market-critical upgrades before you sell. It's like flipping your own home, except Revive fronts the cost and guarantees the result. Yeah, you heard me right. No money out of pocket and a higher selling price guaranteed. You can list higher and sell faster in just a few short weeks. In fact, the average homeowner sees $160,000 in additional profit. This is a no-brainer. Revive has created an easy, stress-free way to maximize your greatest asset, your home. So are you thinking about selling? Well, you can settle or you can see what's possible. To get started, visit iloverevive.com. That's iloverevive.com.
KFI is giving away thousands of dollars in free gas.
Fill her up, please.
Bank statements, life of your own home. Keep listening for your chance to win your very own gas card, suitable for framing, or, filling your tank. Whatever makes more sense. I mean, who's got time to sit around and wait for some rebate that may never come? Not me, I'm running on fumes. Free gas. Your chance is coming soon. On KFI AM 640. More stimulating talk.
AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Here's the deal, too. I was thinking about those gas cards that we're giving away, and you're going to get a little more bang for your card. Why? Because gas prices are down to $8. $8. Yes, we are down to $8. Thank God. We're somewhere in Europe, apparently. $5.76. Now, I know that is, you're still going, okay, that's huge. It is, but compared to a few weeks ago when we were reporting it was $5.90, you get a gas card, you get free gas, and it's down to $5.76 a gallon. You can go a little further on that. Welcome to your wake-up call. I'm Jennifer Jonesy, and some of the stories we're watching in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Fears of a global hunger crisis are growing due to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. The war sent food prices soaring to a record high last month. President Biden's cracking down on crime with a plan to trace ghost guns. He'll reveal that later this morning. And as I mentioned, so the average price of gas in California is $5.76. In L.A. County, it's gone down to the 14th consecutive day. It's at $5.86, but that is still more than it was. $1.88 more than it was a year ago. In O.C., the price dropped for the 13th consecutive day, slipping a half cent to $5.81. Aaron Katursky, good morning to you. So I thought that Russian President Putin said everything was going as planned and it was all hunky-dory as far as the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Seems kind of odd that all of a sudden you would appoint a new war commander if everything is going just like you want it to.
Yeah, it's a strange calculus, but there's no guessing as to what's in Putin's head. And he is appointed as his commander now of Russian forces in Ukraine, a man named Vornikov, who was the same commander that Russia used in Syria when it laid waste to Aleppo and brought all sorts of atrocities to the Syrian civilian population in order to prop up the regime of Bashar al-Assad. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said this morning, the Ukrainian population's already been treated the same way, and there's no reason to believe they wouldn't be in for more under this new commander.
Let's talk about this commander's track record. I noticed one of the words he was described as having a brutal track record.
Well, look, Aleppo was just destroyed, and the Russians were indiscriminate, and they used chemical weapons, and that only heightens fears of what may be to come as the battle now moves into eastern Ukraine. But National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said this morning, the Ukrainian civilian population has already taken such incredible pain, it almost doesn't matter who the Russian commander is, because, Russia showed a willingness to indiscriminately bomb, to target non-combatants and other civilian infrastructure. So, there's no reason to think that it's going to change.
Yeah, I can see. For them, it doesn't matter who's at the top. The brutality continues. Now, when it comes to the brutality, finding 1,200 Ukrainian bodies this weekend near Kyiv, how were they found, or was this an area that people just hadn't gotten into yet?
Yeah, evidence of mass graves and more, just more evidence of what Russia has been bringing to bear. We haven't had an independent look at it, so we don't know. We're relying on the mayor of Kyiv, who said that all of these bodies were discovered. And it adds to what is believed to be an astronomical death toll down in Mariupol in the south, which had been bombarded nearly every day of the campaign. The estimate is tens of thousands of civilians had been killed. So the Ukrainians are starting to tally up the dead. There's still no good, reliable number, but it has to be big.
Oh, I'm sure. And when you were talking about, so now really the forces will be on the eastern part of Ukraine. That is what we had heard that they were going to do when they pulled out of Kyiv. They were, I think the word was repositioning so that they could do their attack on the eastern part of Ukraine. Has it gotten worse? Have we seen evidence that those troops who came out of Kyiv and now are pushing into the eastern part, are we seeing the fighting and the brutality get worse?
Well, we saw the attack on the train station with a missile on the other day with 50 people killed. And that's, an attack on a train station, which you, I suppose, could argue is tactical, but, there were thousands of people there trying to flee all of the fighting. And those evacuations are still going on at other train stations, and you hope that Russian missiles don't find their way to those places. There's an 8-mile-long convoy. Satellite imagery is picked up, tanks and artillery pieces now moving toward eastern Ukraine. So it only reinforces what we've seen from from U.S. and UK defense officials in terms of their expectations. The Ukrainian President Zelensky says his troops are ready. He's got plenty of supply. He's asking for more weapons, but the troops, he says, still have the will.
Unbelievable. All right, Aaron, thank you so much for the update.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's ABC's Aaron Katursky. They're 7 weeks into this. Ukraine was played to be the underdog in all of this, and still may be in the end. However, the fight that the Ukrainian forces have put on, I think shocks the world. I don't just mean Putin. I mean everybody. Because I think we all thought Russia is so much larger. Its forces are just going to come in and steamroll Ukraine, and that's going to be the end of it. But the will to fight that these people have is unprecedented. Because I am saying it not just from a military standpoint, but the way that the civilians, remember when there was the call, hey, could you guys make a Molotov cocktail so you can toss them at the Russian forces? Hey, anybody who wants to hold a gun, we'll give you a gun if you'll just come and fight for your country. And everybody jumped at it. You had 70-year-old grandmas making Molotov cocktails. Probably last week they were making cookies. Just the craziest, I don't know, it's wild to think of that. All right, let's get back to some of these stories coming out of the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Scotty Scheffler, look at you. Scotty won the Masters tournament at Augusta National Golf Club in Georgia. He closed with a 1-under-71 for a 3-shot victory over Rory McIlroy yesterday. 14 months after surviving a serious car crash, Tiger Woods completed all 72 holes at Augusta. That's the way to put it, and not that Tiger played the worst game that he's ever played in the Masters, or I think ever played, in the big leagues. But it's to be expected. I mean, he's still playing on a repaired leg that he almost lost 14 months ago. So I think that's pretty impressive. CBS Sports says Woods will play the British Open at St. Andrews in July. Actor Johnny Depp has been sued in a $50 million defamation suit by Amber Heard. She says she was a victim of domestic abuse during their short marriage. ABC's Andrew Dimbert says Depp calls the allegations an elaborate hoax.
Lawyers for Depp say Heard damaged his reputation, claiming that because of the allegations of abuse, Mr. Depp lost movie roles and faced public scorn.
Heard's lawyers call the lawsuit frivolous. And get ready to see social media flooded with the cutest furry friends today because it is National Pet Day. I, however, am not going to bombard you today. I know, you're thinking, wait a minute. She is, that's her life. Those are her kids, her 4 dogs and cats, right? But because I just posted pictures of the dog beach over the weekend, Huntington Dog Beach, I should say, I'm not going to flood you with any more. I'm holding restraint. Don't worry, I will bombard you in other days, but I put enough pictures of the dogs up there, sleeping and eating and looking at me, and that's a dog's life, right? And usually if you ever see a picture of them looking straight at me, it's because I'm holding a treat, and you can't see it. Anyway, JJLKFI on Twitter and Instagram. Jennifer Jones Lee on Facebook is where you can follow me. And, I'm holding back on this National Furry Pet Day, or National Pet Day. However, send me pictures of yours. You can make my day with that. All right, we've heard story after story about millennials who say, I am priced out of the market, especially right now. We're going to talk, though, with Tracy McLaughlin, who is a real estate agent and author of Real Estate Rescue, who says there are actually ways for young buyers to get into the market. So we'll find out about some of her ideas in just a few minutes. From the Southern California Toyota Dealers Traffic Center, let's go places. Nick Paliocchini, take us to the 14.
Still got a mess for your drive, Jen, on the southbound side as you make your way toward the 5. It is a 4-car smash up. Looks like the carpool and left lane are actually taken away. It was originally reported up against the center divider and also right shoulder, but looking at the Caltrans cam in the air, that is going to be a rough go for you. 14 southbound approaching the 5. In fact, checking out your drive, it's going to be a rough one on the 14 southbound. Seeing those delays from as far back as at least Golden Valley, if not via Princessa. Really still going for your drive through the New Hall area into the pass. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Nick Paliocchini.
Whether you're already on Medicare or soon will be signing up for Medicare, just navigating Medicare can be overwhelming. So let me suggest contacting AGA Medicare Options and get educated about all the rules before you make any of these decisions. There's a free dinner and educational Medicare seminar, no enrollment fees, no sales, so leave your checkbook at home. And this is with AGA. AGA's team of experienced agents will advise you step by step on a plan that fits your unique situation and budget, because we're all different. And AGA will help you find plans that are accepted by your physicians, cover your medications at the lowest out-of-pocket cost. Call to attend a free seminar near you. Now, pound 250 on your cell and just say, My Medicare. Pound 250 on the cell and say the keyword, My Medicare. Or visit AGAMedicareOptions.com, AGAMedicareOptions.com.
SoCal weather from KFI. We've got a high surf advisory in effect starting at 6 tonight until 3 tomorrow morning. But today, partly cloudy. I don't see a chance of showers in anybody's forecast. So, in the north or south or east or west of SoCal, I did see a chance of drizzle in the valleys in the IE, but other than that, it looks like just partly cloudy today with highs in the mid-60s to low 70s. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. I'm Jennifer Jones Lee.
Anthem Blue Cross and the LA Sparks have teamed up to increase access to healthy food in a Los Angeles food desert. Visit anthem.com/ca/sparks to learn more about their new student-run produce garden for families in South LA. Anthem Blue Cross is the trade name of Blue Cross of California.
Be one of the first 40,000 fans at Dodger Stadium Saturday, April 16th when the Dodgers host the Reds at 7:10. And you'll receive a Legend of Dodger Baseball bobblehead of Maury Wills, sponsored by Bank of America. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotion.
Okay, when's the last time you actually thought about your tap water? Right, nobody thinks about that until you notice, it kind of smells a little bit, or my tap water doesn't taste very good, right? Well, don't feel bad, because most people don't like the taste of their tap water, but I have a solution for you. You could get delicious, quality, filtered water straight from any faucet in your house. I don't care if you fill up your cup from the bathtub. Just get a Life Source whole house water system. They are maintenance-free, no salt, no filters to change, and they provide the ultimate filtration and protection for your water. Some of the benefits I like with my system is that you get delicious water that is good for you and good for your home. It's going to reduce your hard water problems. It's going to remove the chlorine and chloramines, and that's the part that I really like. I mean, I pay a lot to get this bleached hair, you know what I mean? So I want to make sure that the chlorine isn't in there, because it too is going to strip my hair of all the natural oils, what I have left, and the skin of natural oils, right? To extend the lifespan of your water-based appliances also with a Life Source water system. Win, win, win. And right now, you can own one of these brand new filtration systems for as low as $86 a month, that is. On approved credit with LifeSource Water's easy and convenient payment plan. $86 a month. Call LifeSource at 800-803-2696. That's 800-803-2696. Or visit LifeSourceWater.com. LifeSource Water. Taste and feel the difference.
As the experts in transmissions for over 50 years, there's nothing at AMCO we haven't heard.
Do I hit the gas? Skip the belt.
And nothing we can't fix.
It's going. What's that?
From transmissions to brakes and everything in between. No credit? Finance your repair at AMCO.
Exclusions apply, may not be combined with any other offer. Limited time offer, participating centers only.
People who know go to AMCO. AA MCO.
Call Service Champions for their $88 professional AC tune-up at 833-777-7777.
KFI.
AM 640.
An iHeart radio station. More stimulating talk.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. It's actually funny that this song came on. So one of the grunt work things that we did over the weekend is, I've told you we have kind of a retaining wall thing in the backyard, and we planted 5 flats of ice plant this weekend and more plants out there, and Scott got the sprinkler system working and lights and whatnot. Photographs kept coming on. We were listening to iHeart 80s, I think it was, or it might have been iHeart Slippery When Wet. But anyway, one of the iHeart stations. And Scott says to me, "Did you tell them to play this many times this weekend?" Like I have that kind of pull. I mean, I appreciate he thinks I do, but it just kept coming on, and I was giddy because you can't give me enough Def Leppard, personally. But he just, after a while, he was yelling, "Give them the photograph already!" It's pretty bad. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. Some of the stories we're watching in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. More refugees are returning to Ukraine despite the war. The number hit nearly 23,000 over the weekend. These are people going back in, even though the war is going on. Twitter's largest investor, Elon Musk, will no longer join the company's board of directors. And coming up in your Biz Bites this morning, that news about Elon Musk just came out this morning. But as of last night when I went to bed, that news hadn't broke yet. But wait till you hear some of the things that Elon Musk was saying he wanted to do with Twitter's headquarters. I mean, I couldn't tell if he was serious when he made the comment, or is he trying to poke the bear at Jack Dorsey, who's the CEO of Twitter. I don't know what's going on with Elon Musk. It was kind of a bipolar tweet kind of weekend, so we'll get into that. Also, I'll tell you what, you think childcare is expensive here? Oh, guys, you haven't seen anything yet. And there's a new list that's out about why people go to Chick-fil-A and why when you go to Chick-fil-A, you never hear, "You're welcome," or "No problem." You know, when they hand you your bag with your nuggets in it, you say, "Thank you," and they say, "My pleasure." Or you say, "I'd like Diet Pepsi with that." "Oh, sure, my pleasure." Why do they say that? There's actually a reason that they say that. So those stories are coming up in your Biz Bites in just a few minutes. We are still trying to get our real estate expert, Tracy McLaughlin, on the line this morning to talk a little bit about how millennials can finally get into this high-priced real estate market. And so hopefully she can join us with some of those. Otherwise, I've got some bullet points for you. So if Tracy doesn't make it on with us, at least I'll give you some of the ideas that she sort of teased to me. Oh, Tracy's here. Tracy McLaughlin, who is a real estate agent and author of Real Estate Rescue. Tracy, good morning.
Good morning, good morning. How are you today?
I'm good, but for a lot of millennials, they're not so good. They've wanted to get into the housing market. Maybe a lot of them are first-time buyers, and now they're looking at this market. Maybe they felt priced out a couple of years ago, and now they're saying, forget it, I can't even look.
You are so right about that. You know, the housing looks very cheap in the rearview mirror. And I think there's a lot of, well, especially the millennials, people getting first-time home buyers wondering how they're ever going to do it in this market. I couldn't agree more.
So how do they get in it? I know you say that there are ways, but when people are looking, you know, they're a first-time home buyer and that the houses are starting at $600,000 or $700,000, that's got to be, first of all, super intimidating for them. And even if they thought that they had saved up, that 20% that they needed for a down payment with housing prices going up, how do they get in?
Yeah, so what I've been suggesting to my clients is we've got to get creative, right? If you thought you wanted to live in location A, you might have to live in location B, and look at where you think the next good investment location is that's sort of being discovered. And that's what happens in a market like this, which is hyperinflated. People start to get creative. They start to say, okay, I wanted to live in one specific area, but I'm going to be a little bit flexible. Maybe I'm going to work remotely a couple days a week, and it's a little bit longer commute, but look what I'm getting for my money. So I think that being a little bit more flexible on locations is really important. The other thing that people can do is, especially millennials, is to get creative with the offers. Sometimes competing with all cash offers. If you can't pay all cash, there's other things you can do. You can, a lot of times we release our 3% deposit after doing the inspection straight away, giving the seller an insurance policy that the house is going to close. We do a lot of creative content with videos and letters. I have my clients doing super creative videos telling a seller why they think that they should be the chosen one in relation, if there's multiple offers, to who's going to get the house. And, the video content can actually be quite impactful. Sometimes people really do care about who they're selling their homes to. So we look at a variety of different things to come up with creative solutions in terms of how people are going to find houses right now.
Well, yeah, and the video portion of it, I remember back in the day, nobody ever wrote a letter. And then you started writing the letter. And then you started including pictures of your family. I mean, I know for a fact that's how my brother got his house. I think that's how we got our house, with the letter and the picture. But to take it that one step further and do the video, because now they're getting to see you and your family and your personality and see you explain why you want to get into that house. That sounds amazing. I would imagine, though, you're going to have to put that together pretty quickly, because I feel like these houses go on the market and there are multiple offers almost immediately.
That's correct. I already have, as soon as somebody calls our office and says we'd like to work with you as a buyer, we have them do the video in a generic way, and then we have them do a quick second segment in accordance with what the house is. So in other words, once they find the house we're going to make the offer on, they do a little bit of an edit and talk about what they love about the house. But the main content is about them, how they met, where they went to college. It's actually quite endearing, and I think it really does. It also gives the seller a sense of, these people seem like they would never be litigious, or I get a good feeling about them, or if anybody took the time and energy to actually create content like this, I want them in my home if I have a choice in terms of, which buyer I'm going to select. So yeah, I think it's a super important part of the buy side in our office. And the video, pictures, videos say 1,000 words. So the letters are almost, being supplemented by this. So
I love this idea that I read of that one of your tips about making an offer on a home and then offering a very generous charitable donation to the charity of the choice for the seller. I think when you're pulling at the heartstrings of the seller, or saying, hey, not only do I want to better my life by buying your house, but I want to make sure that you know that we appreciate you and we respect what you guys are doing. And because I think sometimes when you walk in a house, the vibe of the house from the people that were there before is important. And I always feel like you want to pay a little bit of respect to the previous owner, because the bones of that place really were theirs at one time. And I don't know, I just like the idea of sort of that synergy of giving back.
yeah, absolutely. And I had a deal a few weeks ago where it was so neck and neck. It was so stressful. We'd been negotiating it kind of went on for about 10 hours, and we were against another group. And not only did I have my buyer do that, but then I did it. I wrote, please let me know, if I took a portion of my commission, which I don't normally do, but I cared so much about this family. I knew we were not going to find that house again. We've been looking for a year and a half. It was sort of a one and only thing for them. And I thought, I've got to do something, because I knew that we were absolutely very comparable in terms of our offers. And we had already done those other things that we're talking about. So I ended up doing that myself. And these people are so delightful. It didn't matter to me. I just wanted them to have the house. So that's another thing, you know, agents, if they're listening, are not going to love this. We don't suggest that people take our commissions. But, you know, sometimes you have to do these very, very creative things to have people. I mean, their decisions are literally made sometimes in a minute, whether they eeny, meeny, miny, moe it, or they do these very arbitrary decision-making in terms of who they're selecting to buy the house. So anything you can do to sort of make that package as beautiful as it can be on the buy side, you never know what's going to end up winning the home. But, you know, with the market as tight as it is right now, it's so hard for people. I mean, it's hard to go out and find another home that you fall in love with just because the inventory load is so exceedingly low. And, you know, we're significantly down on inventory year over year in most markets right now. And that tightness of that market, you know, these houses aren't coming up every week in most markets. It's very, very slow. And so if you find what you love, you really have to give it your all. You know, you have to look at it as like a part-time job during that week or 10 days you're preparing to try to buy the house.
Wow. Oh, Tracy, these are awesome tips. Again, Tracy is the author of Real Estate Rescue and also one of the top agents in the country. Thank you so much for this information this morning, and I assume this just doesn't go for millennials. All this I'm jotting down in the back of my head for next time I want to buy a house.
Well, thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Let's do it again. I'd like to talk to you again.
All right,
You were fun.
take care.
All right. See you later. Tracy McLaughlin again, real estate agent and the author of Real Estate Rescue. Those are great tips. The video. She does a pre-done video, and then you customize it to whichever house. Brilliant! Because it takes me 5 days to make a freaking YouTube video, and so the house would be off the market by the time I was done. But if somebody else helped me and did it like ahead of time, and then all I had to do was just insert, you know, the specifics of that particular house there, much better. Finally, this story over the weekend, I went, okay, we've got to give these people some help. They need a little bit of love here. And where is it? I thought it was right here. Here we go. So, there we go. In Baldwin Park, there is a family of 10 that are pleading for the public's help in hunting down their specifically outfitted passenger church van after it was stolen from in front of their house. So the Barbosa family they are church leaders, and they are a big family. 8 kids ranging from 17 to 10 months old. Their 15-passenger Ford van is vital to their busy lives, and now it's been stolen. They have 2 children with autism, and they have a daughter who also has problems. And they say, you know, there are so many different appointments that we have to go to with all these medical issues with our family. 10 of us. That's kind of uncommon, and with the van, we had to take a passenger van, take the last 4 seats out, so we could fit the strollers in and the different things that they need. And so they said the van is specific to us, but the family's 2015 Ford Transit van was parked between the congregation and the family's home, just inches away from where they were eating dinner on Thursday. So, anyway, if you can reach out to, this is the AWE, the Worship Center in Baldwin Park, AWE, where the Barbosa family is members. I'm sure that they would love any help that you can get. But mostly, if you could just look for this van, it is specifically for this family. I hate this term. Bad people out there in the world. Not okay. Although that's some karma right there. Do you really want to be those thieves? I don't think so. You go to the pearly gates and what happens? Oh, no thanks. All right, when we come back, Elon Musk, all right, now he says he's not joining Twitter's board, but what he said over the weekend about what he wanted to do with Twitter's headquarters made a lot of us scratch our heads. Also, using childcare is expensive here. Just wait till I tell you about another country. And why do the workers at Chick-fil-A always say, my pleasure? They never say, no problem, or you're welcome, or you got it. Why? I'll tell you in a second. Let's take a look at your drive on the 5.
It's still going to be busy for it's busy for your drivers making their way northbound along the 5 getting to the Norwalk area from before the 605 getting to the Santa Fe Springs area as well. So we're still going through the Commerce kind of stretches this flowing for you, past Blossom as well as Washington. Really gets busy for you right before the 710, heading northbound on the 5 as you're continuing toward downtown LA on the 101. Looks like just before that split, it's a two-cut massive that has a left lane shut down, and then continuing on the 101 northbound, you're going to see a rough go from before 4 through downtown LA, past the merge of the 10 San Bernardino freeway as you head toward the 110. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Nick Polio, Phoenix.
I was a Boy Scout when I was a kid, and we go camping a lot. When we packed up to leave, our Scoutmaster would always remind us to leave it cleaner than you found it. We packed the bottle caps, pull tabs, and trash, stuff we hadn't picked up, but we were always willing to find and haul all of it away so we would leave it cleaner than we found it. This is Leo Smith from Service Champion's Plumbing, Heating, and AC, and that philosophy has stuck with me. When we come to your home for a cleanup or repair, I promise that we'll leave your home cleaner than we found it. We always safeguard your floors by wearing protective booties on our feet, and we protect the work area with the drop top. When we're all done, we'll always wipe everything down. It's all about respect. Call Service Champions to schedule a precision tune-up and professional cleaning for just $88. Our number is 833-777-7777 or at servicechampions.com.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. If April is showering your company with open job positions, check out Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring platform makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates, all in one place. Sponsor your first job today and get hiring by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
This is Chris Collinsworth. Here's what's trending on the iHeart Sports Network, presented by DraftKings.
The Lakers came back to beat the Nuggets in overtime for their season finale. Reports suggest Coach Frank Vogel could be fired as soon as today. The Clippers crush the Thunder and will take on the T-Wolves in a 7-8 matchup with the West playing tomorrow. The winner will face Memphis in the first round. And Scotty Scheffler continues his remarkable run with his first Masters win. Scheffler's had 4 victories in the past 2 months. Hi, Missy Jordan.
Download the DraftKings app and use code SPORTS to get a free shot at millions of dollars up for grabs this week with your first deposit.
Minimum $5 deposit required. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com for details.
The new true crime podcast, White Eagle, investigates one of the largest cash heists in U.S. history. The robbery of over $7 million from an armored car warehouse. Was the ringleader a criminal mastermind, or was he a political pawn in a Cold War operation?
For some folks, they were boogeymen. They were, bandits hidden in the mountains and shadowy figures. For others, they were heroes.
Listen to White Eagle on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts. Californians have worked really hard to beat COVID-19 by doing the things we know work best, like getting vaccinated and boosted, testing before and after travel, staying home when feeling sick, and wearing a mask when it can protect us and others. Let's continue to do our part to keep each other safer from COVID-19. When we work together, there's nothing we can't overcome. Learn more at covid19.ca.gov. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
If your business has 5 or more employees and you manage to survive COVID, you're eligible to receive a payroll tax rebate of $26,000 per employee. And this is not a loan. It's yours. The challenge is getting your hands on it. How do you cut through the red tape? How does your business get the money? Go to getrefunds.com. They're specialists in this little-known payroll tax refund program, and they do all the work. No charge up front. They share a percentage of the cash they get for you. Businesses of all types can qualify, including those who took PPP money, nonprofits, even those that had increases in sales. They got my business a 6-figure refund, and their average client gets $250,000 back. Go to getrefunds.com, click on the Qualify Me button, answer a few questions, they do the rest. Getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
Someone uses your toilet and it overflows. Can you imagine how embarrassing that is for your guests and for you? Hello, I'm John Okoyan, owner of Rooter Hero Plumbing. You're hosting a party, the water's on the floor, and your guest has to tell you that the toilet is backed up. And worst of all, you have to tell your guests that they can't use the bathroom. I shudder when I tell this story because it happened to me. Can you imagine? I own Rooter Hero Plumbing and my toilet overflowed. Talk about being humbled. Well, the truth is, it could happen to anyone. And the solution is to call drain 77. That's what I did, and our plumber was here within the hour. Not because I'm the owner, but that's just what we do. I'm so confident that you'll be satisfied with our services that I put my cell phone number on every business card. 866-DRAIN-77. That's 866-DRAIN-77.
102-8886.
Help the planet with a tip from iHeartRadio Earth. Spending time outdoors can improve overall health and wellness. Celebrate Earth Day and take advantage of nature's health benefits by visiting a local park. Recreate responsibly to protect yourself and others, and to make the outdoors safe and welcoming for people of all identities and abilities. Brought to you by iHeartRadio Earth and the National Environmental Education Foundation. To find more tips for smarter, sustainable living, or to take action in your own community, go to iHeartRadio.com/Earth.
Portions of the following program will be recorded.
The governor wants to send back $400, and people are saying, $400 one-time hit. Just reduce the taxes.
Everybody just think it's basically a stimulus check.
And so he's not going to get much credit for it. Reduce the taxes.
Bill Harris.
And other states have reduced their taxes. Some have eliminated state taxes completely.
Mornings from 6 to 10 on KFI.
Came into the party for the dogs.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. I don't know who actually wrote the words to this song, but I think they're my favorite. Like maybe my twin in another life. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. This is your wake-up call on this National Pet